Hey, this is Dean from Autotech. I'm here with another post repair inspection. This customer, after getting his car back from an insurance referral shop, had a few issues with his vehicle. The first thing that he noticed is his top would start to retract and then it would stop. He brought it back to the shop. The shop said it wasn't part of the claim. Called the insurance company who sent him to the referral shop, said they were going to guarantee the repair. They basically blew him off and said it was unrelated prior damage. So at that point, then he brings it to the Volkswagen dealership, who looks at it and says, you know, you need a new top, your frame is bent. So then he kind of started looking a little bit, and as he was looking at his vehicle, he noticed that there was an uneven gap up top here. He also noticed that the door gap is super tight on the back side here, and then he kind of noticed that the fender gap is way underneath the hood here. So he's seeing enough things right on his own to kind of still wonder, like, hey, something's going on here. Something's not right with my vehicle, but the people who I'm trusting to take care of me are clearly just blowing me off. So he started to do a little research, found us, drove over an hour and a half to get to us. I asked the customer before he came down to send us pictures of if he had them, of the vehicle after the claim happened, and you could clearly see that this wheel was just stuffed back into the A-pillar area. So now I asked him to send us a copy of the final bill, and when I looked at that, I noticed that the shop never billed him to measure the frame. I mean, the car took a severe impact. They replaced all the suspension on the right side, including the rad support and the front bumper, but they never measured the frame. So I kind of thought that was odd. So at that point, I figured it was worth the guy bringing the car down there. Plus, you could see clearly in the pictures all these bad gaps. Customer brings the car down. We send it out for an alignment. Our alignment shows that his wheel, the caster, is back on this one side almost a full degree. Then we put it up on our bench and measured it. The wheel is back as well as the cradle, and the frame on this side is back 5 millimeters. We measured the A-post. That's also back 5 millimeters. So all this, the energy just went back this way, stuffed the door back, and assumably went up the post, and I have a feeling that's what kind of racked the top up. Now this shop delivered this car back to this customer. Now when I looked at the final bill, like I said, and they didn't have anywhere on the final bill that they measured his frame. So this shop gave this car back to this customer, who gave it to his daughter, thinking everything was safe and everything was fine. And here his daughter's driving around a vehicle that not only has a bent frame that's been unresolved, you know, this whole post area has been compromised because of the way the wheel was stuffed back. The rocker panel is still damaged. They never even fixed it. It's all buckled up down on the bottom. And the wheel is back and the alignment is off. Not to mention there's just all kinds of other sloppy stuff, just like, you know, tons of dirt in the paint, and the paint settled in on the other side. The color's a little bit off here. You know, they just kind of, it looks like they just rushed through it, which is typically what we find happens. You know, some insurance companies are starting to refer to this as a standard market repair. So when you know, they don't want to pay to have a certified shop repair the car the correct way, they would have a shop who's going to fix it quickly, and then they're going to say, well, that's the market, so that's all we owe for. But sadly, it's buyer beware still. You have to do your homework. You have to do your research. You have to pick a shop that's certified by your manufacturer, a shop that has good reviews. You know, think about it. When an insurance company refers you somewhere, why do you think they're doing that? Do you think they're doing it because they want you to get the best job, or they have a deal worked out with that shop that maybe saves them a couple bucks? So you really have to think about this situation. But at the end of the day, this customer got to run around from his insurance company, had his daughter driving an unsafe vehicle, and now the re-repair is probably going to total the car out. And it probably should be totaled at this point. This is Dean at Autotech. Check us out at autotechcollision.com, and we have more post-repair inspections like this on YouTube.